Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expertly German podcast, the podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode des Expertly German Podcast, dem Podcast zum Deutschlernen. Das Sprichwort der Woche ist: Des einen Freud ist des anderen Leid. The saying of the week is: One's joy is the other one's sorrow. Again in German: Des einen Freud ist des anderen Leid. Again, one's joy is the other one's sorrow. I think that's pretty self explanatory. Today's lesson, we start with an exercise about pronomen, pronouns, and then we do the news topics. Let's start with the exercise pronomen. I'm going to tell you a sentence in English, and you have to tell me the German translation. First one is: I am doing that for you. And the you here is the pronoun that I'm looking for. So let's figure out if you know the right answer here. I am doing that for you. What would that sentence be in German? The right answer is: Ich mache das für dich. Dich is here the right pronoun. So you in German obviously is du. But then if we use it in the accusative case, it's dich. If it would be dative, it would be dir. But here we have the preposition für, which is always followed by the accusative case. Ich mache das für dich. Let's do another sentence. I am helping you. And the key thing here is to help, the verb to help. What is special about this one? Again, how do you say in German? I am helping you. And the right answer would be: Ich helfe dir. Here it would be the dative. Why? Because helfen is always followed by the dative case. Ich helfe dir. Again, du is just you, but then in the accusative, I am doing that for you, it's dich, and in the dative, such as ich helfe dir, dir. Okay, let's do a couple more. The woman buys him a flower. The woman buys him a flower. So the word that I'm looking for here is the him. How do you say him in German? It actually has the same letters, just different order. Die Frau kauft ihm eine Blume. Die Frau kauft ihm, with M at the end, like mother, eine Blume. The woman buys him a flower. Die Frau kauft ihm eine Blume. Why is it ihm here? Because the he is here in the dative case, because it's the indirect object. Like, for whom is something being done? Here the woman is buying a flower for him. Yeah. Die Frau kauft ihm eine Blume. And eine Blume would be in the accusative case. Next one. I am answering her. I am answering her. And the answer is: Ich antworte ihr. Ich antworte ihr. And the ihr here is also in the dative case, because after the verb antworten, we always use the dative case. Next one. I am asking her. And asking, or to ask, is followed by the accusative case. So how would we say her here in German? I am asking her. The right answer would be: Ich frage sie. So she just stays the same. She and her in nominative and in accusative is both sie. Ich frage sie. I am asking her. And two more sentences. The dogs are playing with them. The dogs are playing with them. Die Hunde spielen mit ihnen. Die Hunde spielen mit ihnen. So this is the third person plural, them. Die Hunde spielen mit ihnen. And it's in the dative case here because we have the preposition mit. And after the preposition mit, we always use the dative case. And the last sentence, I am helping you, but you plural. I am helping you, like you guys, plural. Remember the special thing about helfen? Use the dative case after this. So maybe pause here, Google it. What would be the you plural in the dative case? Ich helfe euch. That would be the right answer. Euch is written with an E-U-C-H. Ich helfe euch. That would be the right answer. Okay, so that was the first exercise. Again, the topic is called Pronomen or just pronouns in German. Not possessive pronouns, not relative pronouns, not reflexive pronouns, or any of that, just normal pronouns. And they change if we have them in the accusative case or in the dative case. Before we continue with today's lesson, let's start the new year by learning German properly. Join my 10-week program. It's available on 2 levels, beginners and intermediate speakers. So during the 10 weeks of the program, you will have a weekly group session with me where I teach you a certain subject of the German language. And you will have lots of opportunities to practice speaking as well. We do presentations and we do quizzes and we just practice speaking in general as well. But best of all, you will receive learning material before every lesson, before every group session, where you can learn with videos, quizzes, and homework that I will provide to you. So don't waste your time. Join my program. You can find all of the information in the link in the show notes. Cool. And now we come to the news. The first one is: Ein Atomkrieg darf nie geführt werden. A nuclear war must never be waged. Die 5 Atommächte USA, Russland, China, Frankreich und Großbritannien haben ihren Willen bekräftigt, gegen die Verbreitung von Atomwaffen vorzugehen. Okay, so the translation here would be: the 5 nuclear powers, USA, Russia, China, France, and Great Britain, reaffirmed, that was bekräftigen, reaffirmed their will to act against the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Eine weitere Verbreitung von Atomwaffen soll verhindert werden. A further spread, ja, die Verbreitung von Atomwaffen of nuclear weapons is to be prevented. To prevent is verhindern. Alle 5 Atommächte sind sich sicher, dass eine Ausbreitung der Waffen verhindert werden muss. All 5 nuclear powers are sure that the spread of weapons must be prevented. To prevent, again, verhindern. Ein Atomkrieg kann nicht gewonnen werden und darf nie geführt werden, erklärten die 5 Staaten. So a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be waged, explain the 5 states. Ja, to explain ist erklärten. Die Unterzeichner betonten, dass der Gebrauch von Nuklearwaffen weltweite Konsequenzen hätte. The 5 nuclear powers that signed that contract, yeah, die Unterzeichner, like the underwriters, the people who signed, die Unterzeichner, betonten, like stressed, that the use of nuclear weapons would have global consequences. Consequences is the same like in German, Konsequenzen. Solange sie noch existieren, sollten sie einzig und allein nur als Abschreckung dienen. As long as they still exist, they should only serve as a deterrent. Die Abschreckung, the deterrent. Weiter heißt es auch, wir betonen unseren Wunsch, mit allen Staaten zusammenzuarbeiten, um ein sicheres Umfeld zu schaffen für den Fortschritt in der Abrüstung zum Ziel einer Welt ohne Atomwaffen und mit unverminderter Sicherheit für alle. So that means it also says we emphasize our wishes to work together with all states to create a safe environment for progress in disarmament towards the goal of a world without nuclear weapons and with undiminished security for all. Der Atomwaffensperrvertrag hat das Ziel, ein Verbot und die Verbreitung von Atomwaffen herzustellen. So Atomwaffensperrvertrag is like the nuclear weapon not usage treaty, something like that. Sperren has the goal of a ban and the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Selten sind sich alle 5 Sicherheitsratsmitglieder einig und so etwas wie eine Einigung gibt es selten. So rarely do all 5 Security Council members agree, and normally there isn't anything like an agreement. So Sicherheitsratsmitglieder is the Security Council members. So die Mitglieder is the members. That's maybe quite helpful. Doch hier sind sich alle 5 Mitglieder des Rates einig. So here, all members of the council agree. All 5 members of the council agree. And the next topic: Arbeitslosenquote stabil, mehr Kurzarbeit. Unemployment rate stable, more short-time work. Der Arbeitsmarkt hat sich weiter gut entwickelt, trotz Corona. The job market continued to develop well despite Corona. Im Dezember lag die Arbeitslosenquote bei 5,1%. In December, the unemployment rate was 5,1%. 5,1%. Eine Zunahme gab es allerdings bei der Kurzarbeit, vor allem im Handel und der Gastronomie. However, there was an increase, ja, die Zunahme in short-time work, like Kurzarbeit, especially in retail and catering. Im Dezember ist die Zahl der Arbeitslosen in Deutschland auf 2,33 Millionen gestiegen. In December, the number of unemployed in Germany rose to 2.3 million. Das sind 12.000 mehr als im November, aber 378.000 weniger als im Dezember 2020, teilte die Bundesagentur für Arbeit mit. That is 12,000 more than in November, but 378,000 less than in December 2020, announced the Federal Employment Agency. Dadurch blieb die Arbeitslosenquote bei stabilen 5,1% in Deutschland. As a result, the unemployment rate remained at a stable 5.1% in Germany. Vor allem den saisonalen Effekt führt die Bundesagentur für Arbeit für den Anstieg an. Mainly due to the seasonal effect, there is an increase. Generell hat sich zum Jahresende der Arbeitsmarkt grundsätzlich sehr gut entwickelt, sagt der Vorstandsvorsitzende der Bundesagentur für Arbeit. So generally the employment market also developed very well towards the end of the year, says the chief of the Federal Employment Agency. Natürlich hat die Corona-Pandemie auch Schattenseiten. Of course, the Corona pandemic has also its downsides. Die Kurzarbeit ist im Dezember kräftig gestiegen. Bis zum 27. Dezember haben demnach 286.000 Personen konjunkturelle Kurzarbeit angekündigt. Short-time working rose sharply in December, and until the 27th of September, 286,000 people announced the cyclical short-time work. Okay, guys, so I could talk a lot more about the German news. I think I cut it here. The main goal here is for you to learn German. So really try to listen to the German sentences that I'm saying and then try to get a feeling for that. And if you don't know what it means, that's why I'm doing the English translation as well. I have those transcript as well available. Just click on one of the show notes below, or one of the links in the show notes below, and then you can download it for €1, or you can sign up for a €5 membership, which would help me a lot. Thank you very much for listening and learning with my podcast. Please share it wherever you can with your friends, with Facebook groups, or on Instagram. That helps to grow the podcast so that more people can learn German. I am offering again the 10-week program where you can learn together with others German in a structured but also in a very fun way. So I wish you all a great start into the new year. Cheers, guys, und bis bald.